Hey, 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 good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for our amazing family on LinkedIn over all the globe. I cannot believe that it's the episode number 10 for Unleash with Ahmed Khalid. Before we start, and as usual, may I ask you to write where are you from in the comment down. And let me send all the greetings and thanks to all of you. Thank you for all your support that provided behind the scenes. Thanks for all the direct messages on LinkedIn. We are all here for one mission, and our mission is uplifting human greatness to its utmost potential. Because we believe that one word, one idea, and maybe one conversation can change your life 180 degrees, and you'll never be the same again. Today's topic is a topic that can literally change your life drastically. What do you need today? And what I ask you to do me a favor. I want you to shift your mindset from being a consumer into being a content creator. Our topic today will be more related into the power of social media. How could social media play a major role in your life and your future and will affect you positively? Beside this fantastic topic, I would like to ask you to welcome with me our amazing hero today. And we'll have just 1 minute introduction with our hero today. Online marketing is his game. He has over 20 years of experience in that field. He worked in several projects with Google and Facebook. He teaches students online journalism and social media. He's featured by Sky News Arabia and El Mentor by his amazing and staggering experience in social media. He is Fady Ramzy. Stay tuned this Friday where we will unleash the power of social media. Welcome, Fadi, to Unleash. I cannot tell you how much that many people today they were asking about this topic today, and you will see this from the engagement. So, welcome to our Unleash today, and thank you for being here.
Thanks a million, Ahmed. I'm really excited about this. Thank you for hosting me and thank you for opening up this extremely crucial topic nowadays.
Thank you, Fadi. So, for our audience, may I ask you if you can share a little bit about yourself? I know that you are well known in the Middle East, but for our LinkedIn global community that we have it, so if you can share a little bit about yourself.
Thank you again, once again. Okay, so my journey with the digital world started 25 years ago. I started as a developer, developing websites, and then I got several jobs. Lastly, I was promoted to be the business development manager for one of the Egyptian companies in Italy. And in Italy, 2008, I discovered the true value of social media, especially LinkedIn. And I met someone over LinkedIn, and we decided to open up a startup together. So I came back to Egypt 2009, opened a startup working in artificial intelligence for digital marketing. And currently, besides the company, I teach online journalism at the American University in Cairo, and I work with Google, Facebook, and different entities for social media and online marketing.
Wow, wow, wow! It's a staggering story, I would say. So let's welcome our beautiful audience. Right now, we have Bashar from Saudi Arabia. Thank you, Bashar, for being here today. We have also our lovely friend Dipayan. Thank you for being here. For sure our friend Shay from Dublin. Thank you for being here, Shay. Here also we have Shay and Isabella, our friend, and we have Muhammad Farhad. Good evening, bro. Keep making difference. Thank you for being here, Muhammad. And our brother Hisham Al Araki Logistawi. I love this topic. Thank you for being here, my friend. And we have also Alexandros. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here, Alexandros. And we have also, I'm not sure, it's not appearing, LinkedIn user, but I will check it after. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. Uh, and we have also our friend, Shahid. Very quick and sweet introduction. Congratulations. Thank you, my friend. So, jumping into our lovely topic, Fadi, I would like to ask you, and this question also comes in my mind, how, based on your amazing experience in the social media and personal branding, how you can tell people to shift their mind from being a content consumer, because I believe many people every day they woke up and consume whatever's in social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Clubhouse, whatever the social media is, how they can shift their mindset from being a content consumer into being a content creator, and how this will affect their life.
Thank you for the question, especially affecting their life. I totally agree to that. So it's a simple thing of three steps. Step number one, what are you passionate about and where is your expertise? So decide on one or two topics. This is number one. Number two, start shifting your mind in creating simple pieces of content. Currently, content creation is really quite simple. Whether you are creating infographics, you are creating a video, you are writing an articles, creating content is really a simple process with all the automation tools around. Number three is distributing this content. Where would be your community, your tribe? We call it tribe, your family, your audience. Will it be here on LinkedIn, maybe on Instagram? So it's like a triangle. You decide what is the value that you want to create, how can you create relevant content for that, and where to distribute that. If you follow this process on daily basis, you would find this content affecting the lives of people, educating people, changing their lives, and accordingly you will get all the positive energy that will make you work on that consistently.
Perfect. So, also something came into my mind now. Uh, from your experience, and I believe that because this is very relatable to most people, they think like that. From your experience, is it this process? It's taking long time, and how can I start? Let me assume like this, or ask you the question like this: how can I start? And does it take too much time to go for my objective, whether it's the whatever social media or the platform that I will use? Is it making it takes too much time, or
That's an excellent tough question, because I always call it a snowball effect. It's just like a snowball. First of all, you need to create lots of content and do lots of investment in distributing that content. But once the ball gets rolling, then it gets easier. Once you find your tribe and you work with tribe. But here, just the only major advice would be consistency. And I have a formula of three C's, which is consistent content for conversations. The more you are consistent with high quality content to open conversations with your audience, things get faster.
perfect? So, uh, will we seek the perfection? Because I know this, when even everyone will start, it's perfection at the beginning. How can, because you speak about the quality of the content and how the message is resonating, shall I invest too much time about the quality of content, too much time, or what do you think about from your experience on that point?
Yeah, the entrepreneurship world taught us a scientific concept called the MVP, minimum valuable product. So, what was your idea, and what is the minimal decent shape that you can get your content? Because if it's low quality, no one would engage with. But what is the minimal quality that you can launch and keep enhancing? If you wait till you launch the perfect video, the super interesting infographic, the perfect article, you will never do, because there is always an area of improvement. So waiting for perfection, our lives would go and would fly away.
Yes, I can understand this. And I believe that also I faced the same challenge, because once you start, I believe that perfection could be an enemy for you. But just to start, it takes time, it takes courage, it takes understanding, and it takes just what do you need to have? Create a real content that is aligned with your objective on LinkedIn or whatever social media that you will have, and be consistent about your message. Uh, Try to find your audience, try to connect with them, try to network with them. But perfection at the beginning, I believe it's very one of the barriers that stop us from creating content. That's why we
Perfection is, I totally agree, it's a barrier, it's a killer, and the opposite of that is consistency. Again, I would stress on the triple C, which is consistent content for conversations. And the more you open conversation, which is the true value, because it's called social media, most of the time we just throw content and we just get count the number of likes. But through conversations, you get feedback about certain topics that you can divert your content to. You get certain feedback about maybe why not create this type of content or that format of content. So the more you are consistent with the minimum reliable quality, but you are consistent and you're opening conversation, you're listening to your tribe, your family, your audience, then this is the way to enhance, not just wait for perfection. Perfection does not exist.
exactly. So I think you nailed it because you said that it's perfection will take you nowhere. And what I love when what you said, it's about listening. Because if you're not flexible, and if you don't listen to your tribes or your people, you'll never be the I would say the best version of yourself, or you will never be able to develop your content and understand what people needs and how can you help them and impact their life. Again, we'll come back to our lovely audience. We have here Japoy. He's saying good evening. Thank you, brother, being here. We have also Hala. Hi, Dr. Fadi. I think she knows you, Dr. Fadi. Good
Yeah.
evening. For sure. Thank
Welcome,
you,
Hal.
Hala, for being here. Our Nielsen Medi, Cooper Capital. Follow. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. Our brother Khalid. Great topic. Happy to be here. Thank you, brother, for being here today. We have also Khadija. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. Khadija, thank you for being here and for your valuable time. Alexandrus, again, thank you. I like the topic. Thank you for being here again. We have also Mohidul Islam. Hello, Ahmed Khalid. Thank you for being here, my brother. So I jump back to the next question. And before I go to this question, so guys, uh, again, please feel free to ask any questions to Dr. Fadi at any time. If you have anything in your mind, even it's basic, don't be shy or don't be embarrassed to ask the questions, because we are here today to help you start your journey in the social media. Okay, so Dr. Fadi, uh, I want to ask you, because you have an overview on the platforms, I would say, in the social media totally, from Facebook, Twitter, Clubhouse, Instagram, LinkedIn. Uh, Based on your experience, what could be the best platforms for specific content? And based on your experience on that point, because not most content will be very deployed on LinkedIn. Not most contents will be will suit, let's say, Instagram. What is your strategy on that point, and how you can advise people on that point?
Thanks for the, again, excellent question, Ahmed.
Thank
I would say here I recommend another strategy called the PC strategy, which is persona and competitors. So persona is your target audience. Where is your target audience? Are they busy executives? So on LinkedIn with short videos would be the platform, or they are young students in college. So maybe Instagram would be the better place. So first we start from the persona that we are talking to, and we analyze our competitors. Where do they exist more? And accordingly, I can come up with the best platform, or maybe platforms. Sometimes I create a topic, but LinkedIn is the only platform where you can write long format articles. So I write an article on LinkedIn, and out of that article, I extract some facts and processes where I create an infographic. I post it on Twitter and Facebook, and then maybe on Instagram I just grab a quote and just upload it. So it's visuals on Instagram, more of writing and text on LinkedIn. Facebook and Twitter would be most of the types of content.
Perfect. So, also again, based on your experience, and I know that your expertise on that point. So, what do you prefer if I start from the beginning or from scratch and I want to build something out of nothing on any platform? Do you prefer to go organically based on my content and create a consistent content, or when I start by Facebook ads, Instagram ads, or have a sponsors on that? What's your view on that point? Because it's very critical, and I believe that many people they need to understand this point.
We always say, and we will keep saying, content is king. So if I start with creating high quality content and then I go with ads, then the best strategy. And the opposite is true as well. If I just start from boosting any type of content and spending as the ROI would be minimal, and the quality of my network would be minimal, because I'm just sharing minimal quality to the largest number of people. So that maybe it will affect my brand. There are three strategies when it comes to social media, something called earned strategy, paid strategy, and organic strategy. Organic is my content. We start from high quality content and then we boost it using paid. And the most important strategy that we should keep an eye on is the earned strategy. How many times did people mention me, my name, my brand on their accounts? How many times people wrote me a review on my Facebook page or a recommendation on LinkedIn? This is the earned strategy, where people talk to each other about my brand. So it's like it's three things, not only just paying. If you start with paying, it will fire back. That's what I can say.
Yes, because I believe also it's organic, it's a long-term game. Because if you build a real personal brand and content that resonate with your people or with your audience, you don't need to pay after that for ads in Facebook or Instagram. So it's a long-term game. I believe that organically, for sure, it takes time, but you are building a real equity, brand equity that will last if you have the right audience and if you build the right base of the audience themselves. So I believe that we have many questions. So I will jump, guys. Excuse me if I jump. I know that you're sending too many messages, so I will jump into the questions because of the time. So we have the first question. Hala, she's asking, can we produce a content which can be used in all social media platform, and is this a good thing or not?
Yes, for sure. We have what's called the content calendar. What are the topics that we are creating? But again, we reshape and we repurpose the content according to each platform. So again, LinkedIn, still till now, the algorithm of LinkedIn is the only one.
Okay. I think that we lost the connection with Fadi. Can you hear me, guys? Can you please tell me, or is it my challenge? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
here. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry for that.
No, no, not at all. It's okay.
So I was just talking about repurposing the content, because if it's like just the same post, exactly you post it across different networks like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, it's like speaking the same language to 4 different nationalities. No one would understand. So one topic, yes, different formats on different platforms and different social networks.
Perfect. So, Fadi, is there any tool that can help on that deploying? Because if I have the same content that I want to deploy it on many platforms at the same time, is there any tool or any process that you can advise our people that they can listen to us for the same
Yes,
content? I would say distributed.
exactly. Here comes the importance of automation, because if you don't use tools and you do everything manually, it will take lots of time and effort. But if you use automation tools, that would save you lots of effort. So for social media management, I use a brilliant tool called Social Elephants, where you can add all your posts and you decide this post would go on Facebook at that time, this would go on Twitter at that time. So Social Elephants can be the tool that can help you for managing your publishing and also monitoring your competitors. And I have a surprise about Social Elephants, but I'll keep it till the end for our guests and our audience here.
Perfect, thank you. So, if you can send us after that the link for just the tool that we have. So, thank you for the answering this question, and I hope Ahala that we answered your question. If you have anything, you can revert back or ask more questions. So, I will jump into the second question. Bashar, our friend Bashar Amesh, is asking, how does the market segmentation can support the power of social media?
Thanks, Bashar, for the excellent question. The more we can segment the market, the more we can reach what we call the buyer persona. So we understand exactly, for example, that this is a mom who stays at home. So she has plenty of time. So the best way to reach her, maybe through videos on YouTube. She has luxury of time. She can watch like 5 or 6 minutes video. While if she's a working mom, maybe a quick reel over Instagram can achieve the same thing. Or for a professional, maybe LinkedIn can be the better platform. So the more we do market segmentation and we exactly understand the persona behavior online, the needs of this person in terms of content formats and the platforms where he or she spends more time, then we can craft the best content format over the best platform, and we measure and we keep iterating for that. If we just keep on creating content and spreading content without having a persona in mind, so I have a theory called random in, random out. We just work randomly and then it gets out randomly. We don't reach our precise target audience.
Thank you, Fadi. We'll jump into the second question. I believe Alexandra C is asking the same question, so I will take that as the second one. But now we have in the same, Bashar is asking another question. How to find balance between the high value and the quality? On one side, the value of the customers, if it's low value, to maintain the identity in the market.
Okay, here is the 2C theory. I have all the theories about C's. So 2C theory called content creation versus content curation. You don't need to invest all the time to create every single format of content because you wouldn't have the luxury of time. But if you are the expert on LinkedIn, for example, here, so sometimes you get and share an article, you share a tutorial, you share a video from YouTube, and sometimes you have your own created branded content. So this can achieve the balance. You always share high quality content, sometimes content from somewhere else or someone else, and many times it's your own content. So this can give you the balance, unless you have a full-fledged team that can create lots of high quality content all the time. But again, the whole trick is maintaining the quality, either your own content or you are the trustworthy source of high quality content from other places as well.
Okay, thank you, Fadi. The other question, and I think this is very good question from Alexandros. He's asking, I'm already asked, do the social media blowing our mind? There are a lot of fake information. How we can trust content in social media?
Thank you so much. It's the era of misinformation, and this COVID-19 era is really full of misinformation and distrust, etc. And that's the challenge. The most valuable aspect right now for any brand on social media, whether it's a corporate brand or a personal brand, is the word trust. Lots of content is over there, millions of posts every day on every platform. But if you as a brand or even a personal brand can achieve the trust of your customers through sharing high quality content that affects their business, their life, you offer value and you don't sell a product. And this is a totally paradigm shift. Usually we used to sell. We are offering a product. Now it's vice versa. I'm offering a value. I'm trying to solve a problem, and then sales will come accordingly. So don't start by selling, don't start by pitching. Start with offering value, trying to understand the customer problem, offering the solution for that, and then accordingly the sales would follow. But offering the value through trusted conversations and trusted content would make your brand shine out of all what's happening right now.
Yes, I love what you say, because many people want to start their business even on LinkedIn very fast. As I love what you said, that just selling, pitching people, it doesn't work like that. You have to provide who are you, how you can serve, what is your value, and how can I trust you. Without answering these questions and without having a long-term game, people will never trust you, and it will not work like that. So building a real brand and brand equity takes time. I love what you say, it's all about the values. Once you drive values every time and people start trust you, they will come and ask you. So I love to say that it's the other game. People play the push game. They push themselves for their audience, for their clients, for their customers. But it's not that the game like that. Once you work on your content and values, you will be able to play the pull game. You will attract people, you will attract the opportunities, you will attract everything around you. But don't think about only selling. Just think about how you can provide values, and the rest will follow. Have another question. We have our friend Shay. He's asking, what about the cost of marketing on these platforms and the return on investment? It always seems too expensive.
I agree. And the smart marketeer is the one who chooses the best platform that would achieve the best ROI. I'm totally biased to LinkedIn. I have to admit that, because over LinkedIn, I opened my own startup, as I mentioned in my intro story, and I grew that startup, and even I grew my own personal brand. Gary Vee, which is one of the gurus of social media, last year said LinkedIn in 2020 is like Facebook in 2010, which means that still the algorithm of LinkedIn is not too much greedy and hungry for spending ads. So I would say LinkedIn would be a good choice to start. Twitter as well, and then I would say Facebook and Instagram are getting more and more greedy every day. But in any case, thanks, Chai, for this question, because many times people assume that social media marketing is free. It's not free, even if organically it's not free, because your time, your effort is an investment. Investing in automation tools is an investment. Your own focus is an investment. So it's not for free, whether directly or not directly, but it's not only investing in ads, it's investing in the whole ecosystem.
Thank you, Fadi. Have another question from Osama. He's asking how to be more effective in social media. Is there any tools or specific skills that I have to use through it?
Thanks, Osama, for the excellent question about effectiveness. I always preach a simple concept that I learned in Italy. Sometimes we just don't focus on that, which is planning. There is a popular saying that says, if you fail to plan, it's planned to fail. Rarely that we plan our presence on social media, especially if it's personal branding. I just keep sharing content. But again, planning starts with what is my expertise, what am I'm offering. Okay, we are talking about digital marketing. I'm expert in social media. Maybe I'm expert in finance, I'm expert in cooking, in fashion, whatever. But decide what's your expertise, and accordingly, who would be your target audience? Is it the working moms? Is it college students? Is it busy executives? Is it, who is your target audience? And accordingly, plan the content calendar. Content calendar is simply each day, what am I posting? What is the topic that I'm posting on which platform, in which content format? So I have a plan, like a weekly plan or a couple of weeks. I plan ahead. This week, I'm talking about the new features of LinkedIn. So I build accordingly a few content pieces on that, and I post them at certain times on certain platforms, and I measure and I update. So if you have that type of solid plan, then the execution becomes easier. And using tools, automation tools, like for content creation, I always preach Canva, Canva, which is an excellent tool. For content publishing and monitoring, I preach Social Elephants. These are my own tools that I use on daily basis.
Thank you, Fadi. Just to add to your point, I love what you said, because you said it's all about planning your content. It's not only about ad hoc. I'll tell you what are the rituals that I always use on a weekly basis. So I stay, let's say on Friday, I plan my content for the coming week. Whether it will be video, whether it will be some piece of content of posts, how I will do it, and I write it in 1 week, just for the upcoming week, on Friday, and I put it, let's say, on Word or Excel. And I love what you said, that there is another tool that you can tell us about it at the end of the episode itself, that will help us automate everything on that, especially our articles or posts that we have. So what do I have here? I plan my content ahead by 1 week. I don't do it just ad hocly. I have something in my mind today. I will go and I do it. No, you have to plan accordingly, because at the end of the day, your content should be also aligned with your objective, with your personal brand. Because many people, they just share anything. Ask yourself, where this content will take you, to which place. What's the objective on that? So I believe that one of the schedules and arrangement is the best thing, that you can plan your content ahead. Thank you, Fadi. We'll jump into the second question. We have Rania. Rania, she is asking, sometimes the posts are too much and reflect negative feedback. How can we manage this issue?
Okay, that's also a deep question, Rania. Thanks for this question. I think that the answer can get us back again to planning, because when you plan, like you said, Ahmed, your content week ahead, one of the outcomes of planning is measurements, and I always preach that saying: if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So if you are producing too much content and it leads to negative, you should be able to measure that in terms of sentiment. What is the negative angle that people are talking about? And now in the era of content overflow, it's not always the quantity of content, it's the quality of content. So maybe I post every other day a single post, but it's a very high quality, informative piece of content. Currently, in this era, in the COVID-19 era, the most shareable, high quality content that people are waiting for is the educational content, because we know there are four types. There is the inspiring, there is the convincing, there is the entertaining, and there is the educational. People are always looking to learn something new. So if you focus on high quality educational content, I'm sure that it would never get any negative effects. It will get positive effects, and people would share it around.
Yes, I like what you said. It's the quality, not the quantity, because many people think that when they post a lot, post a lot, regardless the message, it will dilute their personal brand. It's about the quality, and I don't want to mention many names, but I know many people that they have a great influence on LinkedIn, and they have a great personal brand. And guess what? They just post one time per week, and their engagement is crazy because their quality of content itself, you will not find it anywhere. That's why it's all about the quality, not the quantity. If I post 2 times or 3 times per day, it doesn't mean that I will reach to my target audience. Focus always on the quality of your content that will resonate with your audience. Thank you, Fadi. I will jump into another question. We have too many questions, so I will go to Alexandros again. Our Alexandros. So, if you're introducing yourself, we who we dealing with, and next study about trusting you. That right?
I'm not sure I got the question. Let me read it
I'm
again.
trying also. Who are dealing with? Okay, Alexandros, if you can rewrite the question again, and I will take it from you because the question is not clear 100%. Thank you for asking the question. Okay, we'll jump into Hala, the next question. Is it possible to objectively determine audience attitude towards Arabic content posted on Facebook, like Twitter?
Yes, I think we can determine the audience attitude. I wouldn't say proactively, but yes, again, it depends on who is the audience, because when we say audience, it's just like generic. If we do the planning homework and we identify, sometimes we identify for this campaign, for this topic, we have 3 personas, for example. So the behavior of each persona is known ahead, and I can assume this persona is waiting for what type of content, which type of advices, etc. And Facebook has lots of tools also that can guide me through understanding the audience behavior. So I would say yes, Arabic content is a little bit tricky because the automation tools are not 100% precise, but consistency and measuring can give us some good indicators. So I would say yes, it can be objectively determined, the audience attitude. Yeah.
Thank you, Fadi. We have another question from Khaled. How can we open new sales channels using social media platforms?
Okay, that's a question that would require like 4 to 6 hours of but let me quickly give you, let's say, my own process here, because it depends only also on the tactics. Is it B2C? So you need like mass marketing on platforms like Facebook and Instagram, or you're B2B and you're targeting niche decision makers on
May I
LinkedIn.
ask something? Because he asked also the same question. He is very focused on the B2B business, not B2C. So he
Okay.
asked another question there. So if we can focus the answer on the B2B.
Okay, B2B also, there are 3 steps on LinkedIn, and this is what I've been doing the last 12 years. Nothing less, nothing more. You should have a company page that has a precise content calendar on your company page, preaching 3 things: the values of your company, the expertise of the employees, how expert is this company in its field, and what's the corporate culture about the company, and the products. So we don't sell, not every single post is about the products or service, our products and service. And accordingly, this is the magnet on LinkedIn. And in parallel is the personal profile of each single person in the company. Because on the company page, you have a number. Who are the employees of that company? So if I just check the company and it's only you, that's a question mark. But if the whole team, whether it's like 10 people or 100 people, and I go check the profiles of the executives. So if your personal profile on LinkedIn is really well done with all your expertise, this is a brand perception that I get about the company. and the team as well. LinkedIn algorithm, this is one of the secrets, it favors the personal profile more than the company. So sharing company updates and company posts from your own personal profile gets it more reach. So each one of the executives and the team can be a brand ambassador, sharing the content for the company on a regular basis. So again, it's consistency. So this is very quickly, in a nutshell, how can we do it.
Thank you so much for that, Fadi. I will go to the second question. Bashar, he's asking, where do you recommend to invest in to start from the website as start from the social media platforms based on the nature of business?
Excellent question, Bashar. Thank you once again. We always start from our own presence online, which is the website. In any case, you don't own your presence on social media, because Facebook, it might decide to take down your page, or something can happen on your YouTube channel, but you own your website. So we always preach starting from your own website, being a corporate or even a personal brand. I started from my own website, which is fadyramzy.com. Still, it's not full-fledged, as we said, but I'm trying to enhance it. But I have my own property. It's just like opening a shop. Either you own the shop, or it's like a branch inside a mall, a commercial mall. So the commercial mall is the owner, while you are just renting something. So you start from the website and you continue with social media. It's two sides of the coin, but you cannot neglect the importance of your website, where you generate traffic on your website. You design the sales funnel on your website. You have full control on your website. Social media is a tool, not a goal. And this is what me and Ahmed were discussing just before going live. Social media can be an excellent tool for two things: either driving traffic to your website, where you implement the sales funnel, or creating engagement on the platform itself, and accordingly it gets more of brand awareness. So if you need brand awareness, you create content for more engaging on the platform. If you want sales and leads generation, then you link from the social media, you get people to the website. So it needs a planning, but website, it's crucial to start from.
Thank you, Fadi. We'll jump into the next question because we have too many questions. But we have Taibaji, our friend. He's asking content and the presentation best feature.
I'm not sure if I got the question, but let me reply in a generic way. Presentation. If you talk about presentation in terms of slides, I always preach two social networks, which are rarely used, but they're a gold mine. Gold mine. I use lots SlideShare. If you have any shareable slides or shareable PowerPoint, SlideShare is a social network for slides. And I get lots of leads for my content on SlideShare, because people go there, they search for something, they see my presentation, then they see my profile. So SlideShare, and the same goes for Prezi, which is a social network for presentations, but with lots of animation, zoom in, zoom out. So these are the two best platforms, if I got the question correctly.
Thank you, Taibaji. If you feel, if you need any question, if you need more clarity in case, you can ask the same question, and inshallah we'll be able to answer. So I will jump to our brother Fauzi is asking, going back to the valuable products, is meaning value for money or value for consumer as a usage?
Value for consumer. We always have an eye on your audience. Trust is the most valuable thing on social media right now. So I'm adding value to my customer, my consumer, and then the sales would happen. And then so I don't focus on creating money or value for money, rather than I focus on creating value and helping and supporting my customers and my audience online, and then the sales and the money would come the second stage.
Okay, hope that we answer your question, Dia. Thank you so much. We'll jump into the second question from Jaboy. He's asking, social media is double-edged sword. It can help you as well as it can kill you. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, sure. I totally agree. Thank you for this valuable comment. It's totally true. And here comes, the value of measuring. If you are just creating content for the sake of sharing content and it has negative impact, if you don't measure that and you keep repeating that, then the negative impact would grow and then it will get out of control. So it's always about, what are you doing on social media? I'll get to your question, to your comment, Ahmed. What are you posting on social media? Is it something planned to add value to a certain niche, or you are just posting for the sake of posting? If it's the second scenario, then it would fire back.
Okay, thank you, Fadi. time is always flying, but we have several questions. Okay, we have Moidol again. Which platforms are best for social media marketing? As we know, there are lots of scams here. My question is, how can I spot a fake social media account or scams?
Okay, again, this question needs like 3 4 hours of answering, but there is a tool called Botometer that would give you an indicator if you are talking about Twitter. Unfortunately, Twitter is the most popular platform where there are automated bots, etc. But Botometer would give you an indicator for each account how fake it is. Facebook is a good platform that is doing excellent efforts in terms of cleaning the platform. So I would say they're doing a good job. What are the best platforms for social media marketing? Again, it depends on your persona. Where is your customer? But in any case, just few indicators. Audio is on the rise right now. That's why Clubhouse is doing a great job, because it's just the only audio platform. Audio is the only content format out of the four, out of the text, audio, visuals, and video. Audio is the only one that can be consumed in parallel. So audio is on the rise. So I would highly recommend, if you are not yet on Clubhouse, it can be an opportunity not to be missed at the moment. In any case, whether it's B2B, B2C, audio content, Clubhouse is an opportunity. And then maybe depending on the persona, you can choose the second best option at the moment.
Perfect. Thank you, Fadi. Another question here from Ahmad Rifat. He's asking, I think you're Arab, so why don't you speak your mother tongue? And let me answer this question, Ahmad. I believe if you can read the mission of Unleash, it's uplifting the human greatness to its utmost potential. So our aim here is just to have a global, to affect the impact people in a global level. I understand your question, and but just I want also to ask you the other question. I believe that you're Arab. Why don't you ask the question in Arabic? This is the also one thing. Thank you for the question, Ahmed. Uh, One thing that I want to ask you, Fadi, and I believe it's trending, and I do believe also I remember it from Sky News Arabia during your interview. You speak little bit about Clubhouse and how it's trending. So if you can give us like an overview how you see Clubhouse relatively, because it's something new in social media, and how it looks like, and how it will shape the future.
Thanks for this question. Again, one of the outputs of the COVID era is people are spending more time over the internet, but in parallel with other activities. So we're working from home, but we can consume audio. So whatever is only audio format, it's uprising. Whether it's the Clubhouse or podcasts, also it's a golden opportunity to start a podcast and plan it very well. Clubhouse, it's as easy as just getting the invitation on an iPhone and start planning your content, and regularly opening up the stage for people to directly and chat with you. The beauty of Clubhouse is real time conversations, and you can promote your show on different platforms, where people on certain day and time every week, they join you over Clubhouse and they start a conversation, and they start benefiting from that content. So it's more or less like the live interview we are having now, but it can be in parallel with other activities. That's why it's getting still on the rise.
Thank you, Fadi. Uh, Something came also into my mind. Do you think that LinkedIn will have this new feature in the future? I would say instead of just having it LinkedIn live speaking, chatting, it will turn up into voice, like raising hand, like we have in Clubhouse. Do you think that LinkedIn or the other platforms will move in the same way like Clubhouse? Because I see
Actually,
it's trending.
that's an excellent question. My humble opinion is yes, already it started long ago. Twitter was the very first one to compete, and currently Twitter Spaces started a little bit competing with Clubhouse. My knowledge is that Facebook and LinkedIn, there's something being under the hood. They're preparing something, but for sure, everyone understood the value of audio only conversations,
Yeah.
and the success story of Clubhouse is for either there are two strategies. Whenever there is a new social network that's booming, either they acquire it, like what Facebook did with Instagram and with other things, or you just replicate the feature, like again the stories that they did. So everyone is trying to replicate. Twitter started, and we'll see if Facebook and LinkedIn would quickly be able to compete Clubhouse in their area.
Okay, so do you think that they will pop up something new
Sure,
and it
sure,
will come? Yes,
sure.
yes. Thank you, Fadi. I believe that we reach to the end. I wouldn't say the end, but I want to stay more and more and more, and we have too much engagement with people. So the last question that I will ask you. So if anyone from our audience they want to reach out to you, so can you tell us how they can reach out to you and how can you help them on that point?
Yeah, sure. I would be more than happy to engage with everyone and even answer the rest of the questions on LinkedIn. So my profile on LinkedIn is Fady Ramzy. You can just check it out. But getting back to Ahmed's question about Arabic speaking, I have a detailed, interesting course about personal branding in Arabic over Al Mentor platform. I'll be sharing the link for that. So you can reach me basically on LinkedIn. It's Fady Ramzy on Facebook as well, and Cyber Zizo on Twitter. My favorite platform where I exist 24/7 is LinkedIn. Anyone can also book a free slot for their personal branding if they want quick advices from me. There is a link on my profile on LinkedIn. And for getting back to the point of tools, anyone out of our guests today, if they go and register on Social Elephants, if they enter the code FADYR, FADYR, they get an extended trial period, unlocking some of the paid features. They get it unlocked for their free trial. So that's my gift to our interesting, creative, positive audience today.
Thank you, Fadi, for your time. It was very insightful session today. I got too many information and many values, and I believe also our audience had the same. I would like to thank you for your amazing time and being here. It's a real pleasure to have you on that episode today. And also, I would like to thank our lovely audience, like every time, for their engagement. And I want to remind you guys, if you have anything in your mind, any questions, any inquiries that you have in your mind, please don't hesitate to reach out to Fadi, and I promise you that he will help you because I know Fadi very, very well. Thank you so much for your time, Fadi, and our audience, and see you, inshallah,
Thanks a million, Ahmed. It was a great pleasure. I really appreciate all the efforts that you're doing. Keep doing that, bro. Keep shining and keep influencing and helping people. Thanks a million for this opportunity.
thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you.